Welcome to another episode of the Para Cave podcast. And now over to your host, Troy Warner, broadcasting live from the world-famous Para Cave.
And yes, hello and welcome back to another episode of the Para Cave podcast. It is the tipping podcast with myself and Ella. Ella, how are you going today?
Good, and I'm back again.
Yes, you
Guess
are.
who's back?
Yes,
Back
you are.
again.
Yes, you are. And the
You
tipping.
just said yes, you are like 3 times.
Yes, I know, but the tipping podcast is brought to you by a Short Strata Reports and also Buddy Old Man Masters Boxer, who are the proud sponsors of the tipping competition in 2025. So thank you very much to those guys for supporting the podcast and providing the cash prizes for the tipping competition. We really appreciate it. Now, just before we go any further, I would just like to give a shout out to the Queensland listeners that may be listening to this podcast. They may or may not. And also the Northern New South Wales listeners as well. Looks like there is a bit of a cyclone happening off the coast of Australia at the moment. So any of you guys up there, please stay safe as best you can, and I hope everything goes all right for you guys. Right, now, we've had...
Are we going to talk about what place we are in the competition?
Yes, we will get to that one. We will get to that. But first of all, well, okay, let's talk about that right now. So we did have the Las Vegas round 0, some people like to call it.
Round 0?
Yes, we did have
It
that.
says round 1 though.
Yeah, I know, but people call it round 0 because...
That's unacceptable.
because the rest of round 1 starts this weekend. So, anyway, the Las Vegas games, the New Zealand Warriors and the Canberra Raiders. The Canberra Raiders got the victory in that one, 30 points to 8. And the Panthers and the Sharks, the Panthers got the victory, 28 points to 22. Now, unfortunately, I am 0 out of 2 tips this week.
I'm 1 out of 2 tips at the moment as we're recording this.
Okay, so you're 1 out of 2, and what place are you in at the moment, Ella?
I'm 72nd.
72nd.
What about you? I already know where you are.
I am
but,
81st out of 88. So thank you very much to those 88 people who have joined. And I'm coming 81st. So I've got a long... there still is a long way to go, but I have a lot of work to do to get to that top. So I got, as I said, 0 out of 2. So please, if you don't want to listen to my tips, go the opposite. That might work for you, and you might get a better score.
yeah, maybe don't listen to him.
Yes. So let's go.
That's very good advice from me.
Let's go on to this week's games, and the first game kicking off is on Thursday night. So back to Thursday night football, 8 p.m. at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters taking on the Broncos. And look, I think the Roosters are coming under fire this year for the masses of losses that they have had in personnel-wise, and also their injuries that they've suffered as well, most notably to Sam Walker and also Brandon Smith as well, who are out for a long time with injuries. So a new look Roosters side. They have a lot of different looking players in this side. That and a lot of responsibility is going to be on James Tedesco and also Chad Townsend as well. He is a premiership winning halfback. Looking at the Broncos, people are talking them up this season. They had a difficult season last year. They sacked their coach Kevin Walters, and now Michael Maguire is in the side as
in
coach.
The side?
No, he's coach of their side. So word out of Brisbane is that they've been training really hard. Their prized, I guess you could say, new recruit is Ben Hunt, so he will partner Adam Reynolds in the halves. So a aging halves combination, but a experienced one at that. So they are looking pretty strong. They were pretty impressive in their trial games, and they will be wanting to kick off the season with a win, especially after last season. Who are you going to go for in this one, Ella? The Roosters or the Broncos?
Let me just check my tip.
All right. Well, whilst you do that,
I am going for the Roosters.
The Roosters.
Because I already put every single tip in.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's okay.
So did you.
Yeah,
so.
I did. So I'm going to go the Broncos in that one.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
You always go against me sometimes.
Well, not all the time, but I think this will be an interesting game. I just think that the Broncos are probably a little bit stronger than the Roosters. Look, the Roosters are pretty impressive in the forward pack, as are the Broncos. But I think the Broncos will get the win in that one. Friday night football. The West Tigers take on the Newcastle Knights at Campbelltown, 6 p.m. And look, this is a new look Tigers side as well. Jerome Luai, their big off-season purchase, captain and halfback, with Lachlan Galvin at 5'8". Also, Taruva is on the wing there. Terrell May in the prop position as well. And so a lot of pressure, I guess you could say, on Jerome Luai being the halfback and captain. He's obviously after a new challenge, having won 4 premierships at the Panthers. But look, Benji Marshall, second year as head coach, he will be wanting to get wins and get off the bottom of that ladder. The Newcastle Knights, they are consistently, I guess you could say, under pressure as well. They have made the finals the last couple of years, but they only just seem to scrape in each and every year. Fletcher Sharp is the 5'8" there, and Jack Cogger is the halfback. So I think they need to stick with those two going forward for at least 6-7 weeks. Rather than the chopping and changing. Obviously, Kalen Ponga, the captain and fullback, is there. Bradman Best in the centres as well. So, look, I just think there's a lot of expectation, and I think there's a lot of excitement, I guess, about these new signings at the Tigers. It is at Campbelltown. Ella, who are you going to go for in this one?
I'm going for the West Tigers.
Yes, they are outsiders in this one. I'm also going to go for the West Tigers as well.
Because I remembered my tip.
Yeah, and that's good. And I am also going to go for the West Tigers. Api Coruscant is suspended for this game, unfortunately. He'll be back next week against the Parramatta Eels. But I'm going to go the West Tigers in this one as well. The second game on the Friday. Now, breaking news today. Just then, a while back before we started recording this game was to be played at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, one of the home grounds of the Dolphins. However, due to Cyclone Alfred that is off the Australian east coast at the moment, they have relocated this game to CommBank Stadium and in Parramatta, and the Dolphins will have the return fixture as their home game. I think it's round 17. So that game is no longer at Suncorp Stadium. It is at CommBank Stadium at Parramatta. So no real home ground advantage for anybody. The Dolphins do go into this game as favourite. Not a lot of changes from their side from last year. They get new recruit Daniel Saifidi starting in the prop position. Tom Gilbert is the lock and captain. Congratulations to him for the captain. Max Plath, I think, signed an extension the other day. He's in the second row. Ray Stone on the bench. Mark Nichols, some would call him the GOAT, on the bench as well. The South Sydney Rabbitohs, we all know that they are injury riddled at the moment. Obviously, their captain, Cameron Murray, is out for the season with an Achilles injury. Their big name fullback, Latrell Mitchell, is also out for 8 to 12 weeks with a hamstring injury. His brother Shaq is also out for that amount of time as well, having injured that in the All-Stars game for the Indigenous side. So Jai Gray, he's pocket rocket at fullback. He gets that fullback gig. Campbell Graham, great to see him back in the centre position. Tyrone Munro, quality player there. Cody Walker captains the side and is at 5'8". Jamie Humphries gets the first crack at the halfback job. Lewis Dodd, the English signing, he is suspended, having did a high tackle in the Charity Shield game against the Dragons a couple of weeks ago now. So Jamie Humphries gets the first crack at halfback, and look, if he can play really well, he may secure that spot for round number 2. We'll just have to wait and see about that one. Jai Arrow, he's chomping at the bit to come back, having not played for a while with injury as well. But look, I don't really think the change of location changes my tip on this one. Ella, who are you going to go for this one in the Dolphins and the Rabbitohs?
I'm going for the Rabbitohs.
Okay, interesting. I am going to go for the Dolphins in this one.
You're going against me again?
Yeah, no, I went for the Tigers, the same as you last game.
Yeah, but you're going against me again.
Yeah, well, that's my choice there.
I guess
so,
it is.
as I said, that game relocated to Combank Stadium at Parramatta. That's the Friday action. Moving across to the Saturday action. 2 games on the Saturday. The fierce rivals and potentially the two of the sides that'll go over to Las Vegas next season. The Dragons taking on the Bulldogs at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, or Cogra Oval to the purists. Saturday the 8th of March, 5:30 p.m. There is a lot of fans looking forward to this one indeed. Both Dragons and Bulldogs fans are looking forward to this one, and rugby league fans, I guess you could say. But look, the Dragons, they are the home side. Clint Gutherson, all eyes will be on him. At fullback there, along with Damien Cook, the co-captain as well. Another new signing there. Valentine Holmes, obviously, they're the 3 big signings that have been named in this team and will give them a bit of a boost, I guess you could say. The Dragons missing out on the finals last year. The Bulldogs making the finals last year, going down to Manly. Kyle Flanagan, he was on the footy show on a Sunday. He's pretty confident that they can get the win. This is his return game, having missed a few games late last season by suspension of a biting charge in the corresponding game last year against the Bulldogs. So he is chomping at the bit, pardon the pun, to get back into the action and help his side win. Lachlan Ilias as well, the other sort of big name signing to be the halfback for the Dragons. The Bulldogs, look, a pretty successful season last year. They'll be looking to back that up. This is their 90th anniversary season, so they've got a special new logo and they've got a special new jersey that they will play in a few weeks' time as well. But I really like their logo there, their 90th anniversary logo. That is impressive as well. Brings back memories of when Parramatta played the Bulldogs in the 80s with that round logo there. So good job there. Stephen Crichton, captain, back again. No real gains for them, most notably probably Satili Tupanua from the Roosters. He is lining up on the bench. Pretty much the same sort of side as what they had last year, but 2 fierce rivals against each other. Ella, who are you going for in this one?
I'm going for the Dragons.
The Dragons?
Let me guess, you're going for the Bulldogs.
Yes, I'm going to tip the Bulldogs in this one.
Gosh.
Sorry, Flano. I'm sure you'll have your team pumped up for this one, especially at home, but I just think maybe the Bulldogs might get this one just. But who knows? With the inclusion of these new players, the Dragons may get the win there. The next game...
And they're going to.
Okay, we'll just have to wait and see. The next game on Saturday night is at 4 Pines Park in Sydney. I call it Brookvale, and probably other people do it as well. The Sea Eagles take on the Cowboys. Two semi-final teams from last season. Some interesting... This will be a good one, this one, I think. Jazz Tavanga has come over from the Warriors. He gets that hooking position there. All the Trebojeviches are playing for Manly. So, look, this will be a good clash, I think. The last season it was a 1-point win to the Sea Eagles, 21-20 up there in Townsville. Previous to that, they met the season before at Brookvale, and it was a win to the Cowboys, 19 points to 8. So, look, a little bit of history there, that the other team seems to win at the other team's home ground. But, look, I think this is a different one. Round one is always the hardest one to tip. The Cowboys... They have Thomas Duffy as in their halfback, with Chad Townsend moving to the Roosters. Tom Dearden and Ruben Cotter, co-captains of this side. Tom Dearden had a cracking season last year. Scotty Drinkwater at fullback position there. He'll be crucial to their chances of winning. John Bateman, another key signing for the Cowboys from the West Tigers. I don't know how he is faring up in that North Queensland heat, but anyway, he's up there. Cohen Hess also gets himself onto the interchange bench, having missed last season with a knee injury, so good to see him back as well. I think this will be a close game. I think it'll be a 1-6 game, I think. Ella, who are you tipping in this one?
Sea Eagles.
Well, I'm actually agreeing with you on this
one.
Oh,
you actually agree with me again.
Yes,
good job.
I'm going to go the Sea Eagles as
Very good
well.
job.
Now, the game that I'm really looking forward to... and
of course you're looking forward to it, because it's Eels.
Yes, absolutely. And chomping at the bit to see this game. The Melbourne Storm take on the Parramatta Eels down there at Amy Park in Melbourne, Sunday the 9th of March, 4:05 p.m. Now, these two sides played twice last season, once at Magic Round and once a little bit later on in the season at CommBank Stadium. Both victories to the Melbourne Storm, but this is a new look Parramatta side. Look, we'll start with the Melbourne Storm first. They are hot favourites to win this game. Ryan Pappenhausen has been named. There was talk that he wouldn't get named. Cameron Munster is back. Jerome Hughes is back as well. Their new signing, Stefano Utukamanu, is a starting prop there. Harry Grant, the captain, as well. It's pretty much a grand final side from last year. So, look, they are going to be really strong, really hard to beat down in Melbourne. Look, this is the master versus the apprentice in the way of the coaching world, with Jason Riles now the head coach of the Parramatta Eels, and Craig Bellamy, the coach of the Melbourne Storm, having Jason Riles having worked with him in the past for a long time. So, master versus apprentice, or apprentice versus master. It's a new look Parramatta side. Isaiah Iongi at fullback. Sean Russell and Jake Tungo on the wings, due to Josh Addo-Carr, their new signing, is still suspended until round 3. Will Penasini's there. Zach Lomax, the new signing, is in the centre position. The big not naming is the halfback, and no Mitchell Moses for Parramatta. at this stage. I don't even know if he will be named later on. I don't know if there's a chance that he can. I don't think he can. But Ronald Volkman has been named at halfback, so that is a massive blow for the Parramatta Eels going down to Melbourne. That will mean that Dylan Brown will have to step up more in this game, being the, I guess you could say, leading half. He is playing 5/8, but he'll be the leading half there. Ronald Volkman hasn't played a lot of first grade of late. He did have a good trial game against Newcastle, not so good against the Tigers the week after. Junior Paulo is the captain, starting prop alongside Joe Offahengawi. Jack Williams gets that second row spot. Jermaine Hopwood lock, and congratulations to Riley Smith getting the interchange bench number 14 spot. He recently upgraded his contract at the Parramatta Eels to a development contract, and he's going to make his debut in Melbourne on the interchange bench. So Matt Dury also comes back to first grade on the interchange bench with Ryan Madison and Charlie Geimer as well. So look, I think this is a big ask for Parramatta, especially after the last season that they had. They are going out as massive outsiders in this one. The Melbourne Storm do have the advantage winning down in Melbourne against Parramatta. Parramatta don't have the best of records there. They haven't won there, I think, since round 2 or 3 down in Melbourne 2022, with Ray Stone scoring that great try to win the game. Unfortunately, he did his knee in that game as well. So look, Ella, who are you going to tip in this one?
You really thought I'd go for Para?
No, you
Storm.
never do. You've
All
gone for the Storm.
way, it's never going to be Para.
Look,
Okay, maybe if there's a game on your birthday or something, I'll tip Para.
Okay, well, look, the heart says Parramatta, the head says the Storm. Having Mitchell Moses out of this team is a massive loss, and with Ryan Pappenhausen being named, Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes, Harry Grant, look, this unfortunately could get ugly for Parramatta. I hope it doesn't, being the first game of the year, but look, I'm going to tip the Storm in this one, believe it or not. I would really love Parramatta to win.
Is this the first time you've not tipped Para?
Oh, probably.
He betrayed Para.
Well,
This is breaking news.
I'm trying to win a competition here. I'm trying to win a tipping competition here. So
and so am I.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
need to.
technically better.
And I got 0 out of 2 last weekend.
And I got 1 out of 10.
So I need to get some points. So look, if I tip the Melbourne Storm and they lose, then I've won anyway because Parramatta's won the game. So
no, but you can't win because you're not in Para.
Technically I win because Parramatta win the game, but
No.
yeah,
No.
well, I don't think you quite understand that one, but technically I do win because
Okay, fine. You technically win.
Parramatta
There you
win the
go.
game. So that game on Channel 9, also on Foxtel as well, KO and 9 Now as well. So that game down in Melbourne, so looking forward to that one as well. So just recapping our tips, Ella has gone the Roosters, Tigers, Rabbitohs, Dragons, Sea Eagles and Storm.
Yes.
And I have gone the Broncos, the Tigers, the Dolphins, the Bulldogs, the Sea Eagles and the Storm as well. And the Gold Coast Titans have the bye.
Bye-bye.
They have the bye round 1, so they get automatically 2 points as it is anyway. So that's our tips for the last 6 games of round number 1.
Yes.
Now, I will do a post next Monday on the page about who is leading the tipping competition. I haven't done one this week because it's only been 2 games gone through. So we will just see how we go with that one. Thank you very much for listening, and look, good luck.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Oh,
Whoops.
your Siri.
That was Siri coming on there.
You need to do bloopers.
Anyway, thank you very much.
You should do bloopers.
Well, yeah, that'll be part of it. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm sure Ella appreciates it as well.
Yes.
And
thanks for joining the tipping competition.
yes, and all thanks to Ashore Strata Reports and also Buddy Oldman Masters Books. So give Ashore Strata Reports on Instagram a follow. Give Buddy Oldman Masters Books on
And
Facebook
give the Paracate Podcast a follow on Instagram.
There we go. That would be most appreciated as well. We are out of here. Enjoy your rugby league this weekend. I cannot wait for Sunday for the Storm Eels game. And look, we'll try to bring out the tipping podcasts. It'll either be... Let us know what you would like.
Because we record on Tuesdays.
Late Tuesday afternoon, evening, or would you like it on a Wednesday? Let us know the feedback, what you would like.
Let us know.
Alright, thank you very much for listening. You'll find it all on the Apple, Spotify, YouTube as well.
Oh, you're posting this on YouTube?
Yes, enjoy your rugby league.
Bye.
See you later. The Paracate Podcast, by the fans, for the fans. See ya. Go Para!
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Paracate Podcast. See you next time.